There's no time like the present. A simple saying, sure we've all heard on more than one occasion. A statement that indicates there is no better time than now to take action. Maybe we've all become too comfortable with it as an excuse, as opposed to its truth, regardless of the impulsive setting we use it in. It can be used in many a situation. It can be an excuse that we use for the right reasons, or the wrong reasons, depending on how they affect us in that moment. This is not to preach upon the significant differences between the good and the bad, though. I understand that no matter what we do or where we find ourselves in this life, we are all independent beings, living our own fortune or misfortune, whatever or wherever that may be. We live completely unique lives, no matter what influences we have had from the surroundings which we reside in. We can never have the same life as another, because it's impossible to live it from another's perspective. Of course, we can see it hypothetically from different perspectives, and we can act in a way which reflects our understanding to another, but physically, in body, mind and soul, we are one of one, bound by the shell we carry ourselves inside from beginning to end. Mulling over such things is where I found myself repeating the sentence, there's no time like the present. It started to make less sense to me in that it seemed like an indicator to your actions, a safety net. The truth is within the sentence, but it needed adjustment. There is no time but the present. That sounds better. See, we've become such smart creatures. We have created ways of communicating not only with others but with ourselves. Small voices that call out and echo within our heads. A voice of reason, a voice of doubt. Conscience is a special ability, one we've perfected in fact. But for our own good, maybe we've become too conscious. We worry too much about the implications of how the past affects now and how now will affect the future. We find ourselves staring into a kaleidoscope of possibilities when the truth is, none of it matters. The past had its effect upon the now. It has shaped you to stand in this moment. However, it is the past for a reason. It has had its day, no longer exists here, only locked away and imprisoned in your mind. The future, the same, only it exists at the other end of the scale. It's not factual yet because it is yet to happen. The moments you find yourself in now have not been thrown to the fire to forge the treasures that await you. The future is yet to have its day. So what do you have then? Well, it's here, in front of you. There's no time but the present. There is nothing else you have but this brief moment. You have existed in the past up until this point, and you are yet to exist in the future that you are constantly fretting over. The paradox is that you will only exist in the future once you get there, and by the time you get there, it will be your now. I struggled for so long to make sure I was present, whether it was worrying about mistakes I'd made or things I hadn't done, could have done better, and then of course, how will they affect me in the future? We are only human after all. We're our own driving force and our own downfall, all crammed together in this vessel. Beautiful, isn't it? That's what I began to think anyway. The more times I wake up, the greater I feel towards life. The more chances I get to exist and get to push further and further into the future, living in each and every moment that greets me along the way. So with that said, don't be so hard on yourself for what happened before. Don't be so hard on yourself with what could happen after as a result of it. Be thankful that you can experience all of these things in unison, the bad as well as the good. Be thankful that you were given the opportunity to exist in this very moment, the chance to feel the gift of life surround you. Remember that it will only exist for a brief moment in time, a flash of light at twilight. a moment that you can never touch again, but a moment nonetheless that only you had the privilege to feel. So, place your bets. Don't wait for the river to unveil what this universe has to send you on your way with. So many of us are happy with our dreams remaining just that, a dream. Because the thought of walking through the doors that await us is one that fills us with fear. Don't allow that fear to lock the doors within your mind and prevent you from turning the keys which will unlock the potential that exists within. You will move in the direction in which you are meant to move. Which way that is depends on which way you step. But be mindful that whichever way you step will lead you to the exact moment in which you must be. Take your time, there's no rush. There is nowhere you need to be in a hurry, because all that matters is now.